Yeah, welcome everybody to Fly Racing Racer X Budds Creek Motocross Review Show. Thank you for watching and listening. Appreciate it. If you've listened to the show on podcast form for, 15 years, then started watching here on YouTube instead, thank you. If you just discovered us on YouTube, which some people have, we've been around a little while, and thanks for doing that, man. I appreciate it. Final round of Pro Motocross. The SMX Point Series are set, everybody. Here we go, right into Gimmick Cross. We're going to cover that. I'm going to try not to do too much Prado Corner. I may get sucked in, though. But lots to get into. Thank you to Fly Racing, Cooper Webb, Dean Wilson. He won something in some country where he had to stop for oil and then had a crash. He was wearing Fly Racing while doing this. So thank you to Dean Wilson for getting Fly Racing a championship. Unbelievable. Another one. And whether it's RJ Hampshire or Dean Wilson, Hymas and Webb and some guy named Brayton, still rides, I hear, once in a while.
Very fast.
He wears Fly Racing, the code PulpMX to save at flyracing.com. And check it out, man. They got women's gear. They got KK Stalings wearing Fly Racing gear. No. She had an unbelievable save. No. WMX Racing. Okay.
KK Nielsen, but not Kaylee Stallings.
All right. KK. Go on with Parker Ross. Wearing Fly Racing. Really blew that one.
Crazy good save. It was unbelievable.
Yes. Unbelievable. And so thank you. Use the code PulpMX to save with those guys. RenthalMotorsport.com, Maxxis Tires, Brunt Workwear, all on board with us as well. We'll talk about those guys later on as we get going. But for now, with me, the voice of the Motocross Series and the voice of many things. If you're paying, he's saying, the Jason Weigan. What's up, Weege?
Yeah, the voice of the playoffs. Coming soon. SMX.
Hold on. Are you doing all three?
World Championship.
Are you doing all three?
Lee Diffie is doing NASCAR right now, so I'm there for the races that really matter.
Wow. Okay. I asked some very important people to make sure Lee is on for the three playoffs.
Oh.
We need the A team. I guess that email didn't get answered.
Oh, that is your request. That's your idea, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Also on the line from Fly Racing, flyracing.com, it's Jason Thomas from Parts Unknown.
I'm in Tallahassee at the moment at a hotel, as you can see in the background. So,
okay.
Rain or shine, on the road or not, we make this show happen.
I didn't know if you wanted people to know you were in Tally.
Oh, that's okay. I am in Tallahassee. That's not when this project comes out. Me being in Tallahassee isn't going to matter a damn bit.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Lots to get into when it comes to Budds Creek. The racing was okay, but there's so much more to talk about. First up, 96, JT, I'll start with you because Weege and I cover this in his dumb show. 96% chance that Jet Lawrence let Hunter win the second moto for SMX points, or are we going 100%?
Oh, it didn't matter for SMX points, so that was irrelevant. I'm torn on it. Letting him win, I don't think is fair. I think Jet was a little disengaged in the second moto. I don't think his heart was really in it. And I think Hunter was riding incredibly well. And I think had Hunter faltered at all, Jet would have been happy to take the moto win and go 1-1. But Hunter deserves a lot of credit because he didn't. He really held the pace the whole time. And I think Jet just got to a point where he was like, I'm going to win the overall. And if I go try to pass Hunter, I'm going to have to go to a place like taking risk-wise. I really don't want to, nor do I really feel like doing it. So I think both things can be true. Could Jet have passed him, like if a championship's on the line?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. But I also think Hunter deserves a ton of credit for the way he was riding too. So I'm going to say both can be true.
Hunter's first moto, terrible start for him. And then his first moto, about halfway through, he kicked into overdrive. And Weege, he got third. Had he got second, that would have given him 2 more placings in SMX points, seating-wise, as we know. Bummer for Hunter that way, but, still he won the moto. But I thought his first moto was really good.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing that makes it an unknown, because he did get third behind Justin Cooper. Jet didn't have to beat him for the overall. Yeah, I think there's just an assumption that Jet looks like he's riding so easy to go fast that this has been our question for 6 years now. Does he have 20% more speed whenever he wants it? I agree with JT. It's like, could he have gone fast enough to get it done? Yes. But is it as easy as it looks to just beat him no problem? Clearly not. And he won the overall anyway. We'll never know. Had Hunter passed Justin Cooper in Moto 1 and got in second, I don't know what happens in Moto 2.
Right.
Jet's going to try harder, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I don't want to guarantee that, almost to your point, JT, with the title wrapped up, even in overall the line, I still don't know 100% sure that he would have gone where he needed to go to get it done with the title wrapped up.
It is tough because he did look like he was cruising, Jet, but he always looks like he's cruising, as we've talked about. Not always,
he was
but
definitely
mostly.
cruising, but I'm saying he had the overall anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if he didn't,
right.
Then what happens? Obviously, the numbers would say he's going to win all the time because he does.
Yeah. No, my point being, like, watching him, he looked to be cruising, but he also looks to be cruising a lot.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this today, and I think Jet is unique in the fact that he doesn't really care about how the win comes. And think about how many times we talked about in his 250 career where he was just like putting these math equations together to win overalls. I don't think he really gets so worked up in the minutia of how the win looks, where like Ricky or James, like they were like, hell no, I'm not letting anybody get any confidence at any time, no matter what happens. I'm going to smash these guys until the end of time. I just don't think Jet views it that way, right or wrong. I don't care. It's not for me to decide which way is better. I just think Jet's calculus is a little bit different in how he goes about it. And it's great bench racing because I think James and Ricky would say, I would just kill him. If I can, I would. And Jet would just be like, I didn't really need to, so why would I? You know what I mean? It's just a different way of doing the same thing. And if you look at the results at the end of the day, it's utter domination by overalls and championships. It's just how we're getting there is a little bit different.
Yeah, I think their whole mindset, I think they even work a game, both of them, based on energy. Because we all know that when you're tired, you make more mistakes, there's more risk. I think they even manage entire motos and everything they do around. When you have to go for it, make sure you've got energy. Make sure you have, but don't use it all the time. Obviously, the faster you go, the riskier it is. The more energy you expend, the more chance you're going to make a mistake if you're tired. I think all those calculuses are going on all the time, which is just not what we're used to, I think, at least not at this level.
Yeah, the track was harder packed. It was so the first practice sessions were useless, according to everybody. Too wet, too, sloppy, just no good. But then somehow, without even really blazing hot weather, it turned into one of the harder packed BUDDS Creeks of recent memories. Guys, coming down after Henry Hill, that hill, I wanted nothing to do with that one. Like, it was insane. The ruts and the bumps coming down, the slot car track it.
You know what?
No thanks. No way.
It wasn't, Steve, honestly, that downhill wasn't nearly as bad as the one next to it.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Then maybe I'm mistaken.
Yeah. The middle one, like before the jump where what's the kid, Pregner, what's his name?
Pranger,
yeah, Pranger and Doug Henry got hurt. The downhill before that was brutal.
Yeah, so maybe I got it mixed up. That's the one I'm probably thinking of. It's unbelievable. So getting to the point of Jet pushing on something like that in the second moto, hard pack, ruddy, shitty, you can probably only go so fast. And yeah, so maybe he was cruising, and like JT said, he didn't want to go to that extra little bit to get his brother. He had the overall, all of that.
I got to think of that track prep. That's a good point. It was super muddy in the morning, and it still ended up super dry by the end of the day. It was Canada's own Dylan Wright, who was in the B practice, Steve, right, who told us
Yeah.
the 8 a.m. first 450 practice that he was in was just a full mutter. I got to think that throwing in WMX, it's awesome, and I'm a fan of it. I'm glad it's there. But I do think you're seeing some of the compromises and I bring this up because, keyboard warriors are always like, just do this, just do that. And it's like for every action, there's a reaction. So I think throwing in another moto in the middle, Ironman, kind of the same thing. I think riders were like, why is it not as, the second moto is like surprisingly dry and square edgy. I think that's part of it. I think it compromises the track maintenance when you throw in
butterfly effect.
Fifth moto. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, sure. Why not? We also had 2 red flags. 250 guys had red flags in each moto. Right. There's that.
They watered the hell out of it before the WMX race, but they didn't do a lot of track work. So I think there's absolutely a valid point there. And we tried to talk about that on the broadcast, Weege, about you're compromising by racing, and you have a delay in that race on top of it. It's really tough. Like, you run out of time. Like, we didn't finish with the award stuff until, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 6 something o'clock. Like, it was a really late program. So all of the extras are going to suffer. Like, that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about the tractors ripping the stars?
Dude.
So Budds Creek was really ripped deep, right? So the 250 guys, the first moto, they go to do they start red flag for the Canadian guy, by the way, who made his first national, broke his femur, but reported to Canadian media he was still very excited, even though he broke his femur. He was so excited to get into motos. So
Still
shout
a
out
great
to that
day?
guy. Yeah, still a great day. No, honestly, it seemed like it was still a great day.
Yeah.
So anyways, so the mechanics all walk to the mechanics area up the left side of the start on the inside, and they pack it down because there's 40 guys and plus everybody else walking up there. So in interest of fairness, they're like, hey, we got to rip where the mechanics were walking on the inside. So they did that, but I think they should have just maybe given it a light dusting of a rip. Instead, they went full rip. Then the guys on the inside, Deegs, Drew Adams, I think Joe was down there, are like, wait, what? And then the tractor to come out and do the whole other side of the start. I felt like putting Benny Hill music, updating myself, putting Benny Hill music there, as they're going around. That was pretty funny though.
So I talked to Dazzy, and you're spot on with that, how that all went. But I talked to Dazzy this morning, Darren Lawrence, for those that don't know that name, about that situation. And, you know, like the long and the short of it is that the Honda has made big strides on starts. We've seen Joe really improve.
Stock bikes seem to be getting off the lines a little better.
The what?
Stock bikes.
Which ones?
Well, in Washougal, I saw a stock bike, whole shot, the factory bike. It seems like the stockers do a better job.
Well, the Honda 250, anyway, if they have one liability still, it's on against the Monster Star Yamahas, which Joe's competing against. That's their worry, right? It's on a torque level. When the start is at its deepest, that is where they're still wishing they had more power to go up against those guys. So Dazzy was laughing basically when they had to rip the whole start because the Honda guys know that, like, hey, you need to make a really good rut on your parade lap, and then you need to go in that rut again because it's packed down to take away some of the rip effect of the tiller. So then they ripped it all again, and they're just like, oh my gosh, you just took away, like, we're counting on that rut being there, and now that's gone. So it's just funny, like the nuances stuff I wasn't even thinking about, but hearing them when they all watch it, they're like, oh no, like that's a big deal for them because the bike is better, but if it has any one weakness still, it's like full torque levels that they're still a little bit down on.
I was just blown away because I'm standing up in the manager's tower going, what are they doing? Why are they ripping this again? We just rode for 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Why are they? And then like, oh, wait. Okay. All right. Got it. Yeah. It was pretty funny. Jet Lawrence wins. Hunter Lawrence 2. And again, Hunter needed one more pass in Moto 1 to seed himself 2 spots better for SMX. Which
he had to go 1-2 on the day.
Yeah.
No matter what happened, or better.
Yeah. So we'll have to see at the end of the 3 if it costs him or whatever. That'll be interesting to look back and see that.
He ends up tied with Webb, but I assume the tiebreaker is wins, which Webb has more because he won a lot in Supercross. So
yeah, it was between what was it? 2.
Malcolm, dude, Malcolm is 1 point ahead of Webb and Hunter, who are tied. There are 2 total points between 3rd and 5th.
Right.
Yeah.
After 28 races.
Well, listen, I think the 3rd race is quadruple points, and then you got to go right through a ring of fire to get an extra bonus points or something, and then there's like a hungry hippo challenge. I don't know. Well, it may not matter, but we'll see.
Matt, they were tied last year.
Justin Cooper 3rd. After a couple of races that weren't Justin Cooper-ish, he was much better this one. 2-4 on the day for Jay Coop to get the 3rd spot. And he goes in with the highest points for SMX as well. So
he was good at Dilla, though.
Was he good at Dilla?
Yeah. He was good at Dilla.
Wait, I didn't think he was that good at Dilla.
Yeah, his second moto, he got 3rd. He was really strong.
No, Eli got him, but they battled pretty good. He got 4th, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that second moto
Yeah.
was like at least something. I think that crash at Millville really knocked the wind out of his sails a bit for a couple weeks.
Yeah. RJ did lose a couple spots. Did he fall? I didn't rewatch the race yet. Did he fall? His first moto.
Not that we
RJ.
saw.
Okay. Because he had a couple of bad laps in. I should go back and look at his lap times. He lost a lot of time quickly for RJ. You know? I didn't
realize Cooper got passed by RJ at the end of the second moto because Cooper fell. I didn't realize that happened.
Yes. But the
we were
first
busy
moto,
watching Cody Shock and Mitchell Harrison and Guillaume.
Oh, that we'll get into that. Yeah, that was PRMX. Julian was up on the tower with us, clutching his head like no, like full, the whole thing. So we'll get into that. But Hampshire 4-3, and then he posted on Instagram that he'd never finished this many motos in the top 10 before. Did you guys see that? There was some stat that RJ posted because we know RJ is going to go RJ. He's done it his whole life. Well, this was the first year that he said that he finished every moto in the top 10.
Actually,
something
I would believe that. 22 out of 22?
Yeah, something like that.
Probably
you guys are looking at me blankly. You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay.
I've not seen the stat. I mean, it checks out mentally. Like when you say that sounds right, but I have not seen anything.
It's just funny to see.
I can't think of a moto that he was out of the top 10 this year. And then when I think about 22 out of 22, there's like no way he did that in the 250 class, right?
No way. No chance.
No.
So moving up to the premier class and just super steady, calm RJ. Yeah.
You know what RJ reminds me of? And some people are not going to have any context for this, but his move to the 450 is so similar to what Lucas Kunin is doing. Like Lucas Kunin was like a house on fire on the 250, just wide open, crashing his brains out, not as much as his brother, but crashing wide, like great, but also scary as hell. And now, like, the kid never crashes, and RJ is like exactly the same. They're 10 years apart in age or more, but it really feels the same where the 450 completely changed everything that they do. It's really weird.
Hey, JT, let me throw this theory at you on, I don't know if it applies quite as much in MXGP for Kunin. I think part of the problem is obviously the bike is a huge factor, the 250 versus 450 and how you ride it. But I think the 250 class, the crazy depth, if you start 14th in the 250 class, it is an absolute jailbreak, dogfight. Everyone's about the same speed, and the risks you're taking and the risks they're taking. I feel like the 450 guys, they know where they slot in. There's such a careful pecking order. Like, RJ is going to end up between third and fifth in every moto, almost whatever happened. I wonder if the pack makes it easier to ride a little more strategically and with a little less risk, and you don't get taken out. How big a factor is that?
I honestly think it's just the way the motorcycles are.
Really?
To go really fast on a 250, you have to push it.
Yep.
And I think, so like every rider has like a speed that they feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
To get to that speed on a 250, you have to basically wring its neck to do it. And a 450, you don't. And I just think for RJ to get to that comfortable, or like the speed he feels like he needs to be going, he had to take a lot more risk than he wants to. I think Jordan Smith would be in the same category, right? It's just to go the speed that they want to go, and that to get to their limit, they're having to hold the damn thing wide open and not let off no matter what. Where a 450, they can just back it down and use the power to get them there. So the only reason I say that versus what you're saying is that when we watch RJ in practice, when he's riding by himself, he really doesn't have any moments. Like, I'm not watching him going, oh my God, no matter what position he's in the back, in the front, in qualifying practice, whenever, I'm not like on pins and needles watching him, waiting for him to go cartwheeling down the track when I always was on the 250. Practice, racing, heat race, main event, whatever. I was just like, this is going to end badly any second. Like, I was just waiting for it to go off. And I never feel like that on the 450 in any scenario at any time. So that's really why I kind of lean the other way.
Solid point.
Barsha 8.5, good job in the second moto for Barsha. He ran up front, got a start. That's kind of the first time we'd seen him do that since he came back.
Yeah, what's up with that? Starts have been rough.
Yeah. I think when you're like not confident, you don't get the starts. Like, you don't think you can run the pace or whatever. And I think we're seeing it with some guys like
Prado?
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting
get there.
I don't think he thinks he can run up there.
We'll get there.
I know. I'm just saying in this context.
Yeah. Well, Mike too, the 800. He didn't care. He's DGAF, right?
Vince Freezy.
Yeah. 8.5 for Bam. Malcolm Stewart 7.6. Dylan Ferrandis 6.7. Kind of so rides for those guys. Good rides. Don't get me wrong, but just
No, how about Malcolm? He must have known. He needed basically to go 6.6, 7.7, 7.6, something like that to get that third spot in SMX points, and he freaking nailed it exactly with the 7.6. He has to have known.
Yeah, good job, Weege, calling it out, by the way, in the moment.
First moto, let me see here. He only passed 4 guys. I thought he was further back than that. Moving forward. He did move forward in his first moto for sure. Rode pretty well.
But that was a big deal that could have gone under the radar. If you called it out, it needed 31 points. You said what he needed to finish, and then you came back to it in the second moto when he was 6th. I just thought it was because he wasn't really in the storyline for anything else other than that. So I thought it added context, which is cool.
What is it about Bud's taking the Florida guys though, JT? He's had all his best rides have been
it's
at
the dirt,
that track.
bro. It's the dirt. That's why I had my best ride there. That's why that's why RJ was great there. That dirt is almost identical to what I grew up on.
Wow.
It's almost Steve, you've been to Reddick, right? Motocross in Marion County.
Yeah.
It's that place. It's that dirt. That's what it is. So you just feel super comfortable.
Eli Tomac passed 23 guys in the second moto. Horrific start. I need to go back and watch. I don't know. But
he got pinched right out of the gate and was last 10 feet out of it.
So 5.8 for him on the day.
Yeah, we got a lot to get to on this show. I don't want to dive too far into it. I mean, the first moto was not great, right? I mean, he started actually decent, and Hunter just left him.
Well, not only that, he got passed. Hunter caught past him.
Hunter passed him and left. I'm sorry, yes. I know we got a million things to get to here, so it shouldn't be the Tomac pod. But Steve, you've taken credit for the nets, taken credit for the privateer challenge race, all these things. I have denied that my own theory on older riders applies to Tomac, but it is getting harder and harder to deny it. You are using my own theory against me, and the tide is starting to turn, I feel, your direction. We are getting some weekends where Tomac's as good as Tomac was, and then other weekends where he's not. Making me nervous.
I don't want to get another tweet.
Okay.
So I have a question.
I
have a question. Do you guys remember the video? I don't remember who shot it, so apologies. But on press day of Charlotte, Concord, North Carolina last year, how freaking fast that guy was going. There was a heater lap, and it was one of the media outlets, one of the big ones, had a full lap of him. And it blew my mind how fast he was going, how much intensity he had. Are we going to get that Eli back, or was that time off, full rested, fully engaged Eli? Because I don't know anymore. I don't know what week to week we're getting. Are we going to get a 5th at the playoffs Eli? Because he was fantastic at these last year. That's what I'm comparing to. He was great at these races.
I think that's my fear, that we are falling into that rut of we don't know week to week. Where I know Tomac had the reputation for the weirdo rides, but that was 2 or 3 a year. 97% of his races were he's about as fast as anyone, if not the fastest. Now I'm afraid we're at the we don't know week to week.
Well, I think that in my mind, as hard, quote unquote, as I've been on him, there is no doubt that Red Bud DNF results were worse after this Red Bud DNF, which, maybe caused him to lack a little bit of motivation. So then you would be like, hey, SMX, boom, all new, 3 races. Yes, he's 7th overall, but so maybe there'll be a reset of his mental state, and he'll. I mean, I'm not saying he's not trying, but do you know what I mean? He's a little more locked in. He's a little more locked in. Let's say.
Engaged. Yeah. You can be trying and not just be all the way there too.
Yeah. So maybe, because there was a difference between post blow up motor Red Bud and pre.
Well, think about Millville.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. All of it, right? So yeah, we'll see, I guess. But you don't see Eli get caught and passed by riders like he has been this summer a few times. Not a lot, but a few times. It's been insane. Valentin Guillot, 9th overall, 12.10 on the day. Just hanging out by the media tent again.
He's a beauty.
He's a beauty. He's got his jorts, like you said, Weege. He's talking to some teams. He wants to ride TVD Supercross. He's ready for SMX.
He's pretty old. He's got to be pretty old, man.
Well, I don't think I offended him, but I did say, hey, man.
Yeah.
I said to him, hey, man, I'm just checking. You didn't ride Des Nations here in 07, right?
But he turned pro in 09.
Yeah.
Like, that means he's at least 32, 33. So he's going to go race 250 Supercross at 33?
Yeah, man.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, he rode really good. Yeah.
Phil did it.
I had him in fantasy, so I was watching him. And typical, he moved forward both motos. Not a lot, but just slowly moved forward a little bit. Got on the back of Prado at one point, and I was eagerly watching that battle for a little bit. All right, Prado 10th, 11-12. Cool. All right, moving on.
No, we're not.
Hold on. Prado uses rental products, rental.com, Sprockets bars over there at Monster Energy Kawasaki. And if he happens to go to KTM, they also use rental. So it all works out nicely for Jorge Prado. Mountain bike parts are now available in power sports dealers nationwide. And of course, they got that new flat pedal that they did a good job with for mountain bike wise. Fat bar, twin wall bar, all of it. Rental.com, the official bar of Jet Lawrence, champion of this class. Please check it out. Super cool website. Okay, so
now we do it. We do it now.
Can we time ourselves?
Yeah,
can we
let's
not?
do it short. We can't just not talk about it.
Huh.
Okay, my theory is.
Okay, go.
Okay,
go.
No, my theory is a crazy theory,
Shocker.
and I can't believe I'm saying this. He was trying not to qualify.
Yeah. No crap.
A factory rider was trying to not qualify for the race, didn't realize there was a provisional rule, and then had to line up. This is insane.
When you have been fastest qualifier in MXGP as many times as he has, and he qualifies reasonably well at most of the races, and then you add in a track that is really easy to figure out. Like Budds Creek is not a hard track to kind of sort out. You go to the top of the hill and then you come down the hill and then you go back to the top of the hill and you come down the hill. Like it's really easy to like learn quickly. This isn't a track where he'd be like, man, I just couldn't figure it out. It was too weird. The traction was too strange. I didn't jump the jumps. Like, no, traction's great. Jumps are easy. Track's easy to look. Like you can look ahead and see where you're going the whole time for 100 yards. This was, in my opinion, 100% strategically not trying.
It's unbelievable.
No other way you can convince me. Like it's impossible because he had two practices also. Both practices were plenty good enough racetrack to do well. Jet did a 155 in the first practice. Like the track was good enough. I'm not saying it was perfect, but it was good enough for him to be top 36.
Apparently,
there's no way you can say it wasn't on purpose.
Apparently, you can, if you didn't make it and you're seated in, you can also ride the LCQ to improve your starting position because he went to the gate 41st. So you can ride the LCQ to get a 36th gate pick, 36th gate pick if you want to improve that position.
That's not a good idea. Like,
well, okay.
I don't.
But if you don't make it, you don't make it.
Yeah.
There's like this is like a double Jeopardy.
Like you take the bird in hand. You take the bird in the hand, or the bird in the shelf, or the bird.
To gain 5 positions on the outside.
I don't know, but apparently I was told.
Why?
Listen, I'm not done. He said, yes, I want to race the LCQ.
Oh, no.
And Howie said, oh, no. Oh, no. You are not racing the LCQ. We will take the 41st gate pick because we know what you're going to do. We know what you will do.
Oh, this is unprecedented.
That's what I heard.
Could we have brought this? Could we have had him on the podium with Haley and maybe a briefcase and like, which one is he going to take? Is he going to risk it all for the LCQ or not?
He would take the plane ticket. He'll take the plane ticket to Barcelona is what he'll take.
Oh, wow.
This is the Prado corner has reached new levels.
I'm disappointed that this provisional rule, and we did some serious digging to figure out when it came back because it wasn't there for a while. We went all the way back to when Zacho in 2020 Loretta's mud race, remember his bike wouldn't start in practice? And then they let him go in the B practice, which
people were losing their minds.
And Cowie were losing their minds over this. But I cannot remember why there was not an LCQ that day. So that is why the AMA allowed him. There wasn't an LCQ. So that was like, well, everybody would get an LCQ if their bike broke, but that's not offered today. I think because it was muddy. Because we even looked, there was an LCQ at the other rounds. It wasn't a COVID thing. Anyway, clearly it must have been after that, like, bro, we need to bring this provisional thing back. I'm so bummed it was in there because what would he have done in the LCQ? What would he have done?
Not qualified. Not qualified.
What would he have done? Would he have faked a crash or?
He's not a good starter, man.
So then he pulls that start from the 41st gate pick, gets up on the hard stuff, on the crust, on the upper crust, and pulls that start. It's unbelievable.
Quit. I think he got 10th overall.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
No, 10th overall. Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Actually, there were probably 2 or 3 rounds that were worse.
Yeah. He went backwards, but not as much as he has before. Not as much as he did last week.
He did the same. Once it was about what, JT, 5th, 6th? That's the line.
Yeah.
He did the, now I'm going to go slow.
Once he got passed by the guys that he feels like he should be like racing with or beating.
Yep.
It's really hard to kind of articulate what it is because it's not like he completely quits and pulls off, but his effort level's minimal. Like he's just kind of riding around.
Yeah.
That's the real difference. Like he's trying at first. Like he's got a competitive spirit. You can't get as far as he got in his career without being competitive. But I think he gets so frustrated and so down on himself when those guys pass him and he can't do anything with it. Then he just nails it in the rest of the race.
But he was not trying in qualifying. We're all agreement on that?
No, 100% agreement.
I would love
he just couldn't get in? He just couldn't find the lines?
Like somebody to investigate and see if he had a flight out of there at like 2 p.m. that he had booked.
So, Weege, you talked to some Cowie people?
Yeah, I went over. I actually talked to Dan Fahey, who's just sitting there, I don't know, about noon. And I just said, did you guys know that there was a provisional? And they're like, we were pretty sure of it, but we did go over to the AMA to, double check. And he said, but that was not a factor in the qualifying performance. Just want to let it be known that it wasn't like the rider's like, I'm good in 43rd. I'll still qualify. I'll be okay. He wanted to make it known that the team knew. Rider probably didn't know, which leads me to wonder if the sport ever had the Netflix series that everybody wants. If there was one shot of all the stuff that Deegs and Lawrence's and the drama that's incoming could bring us, the fact that we will never see his reaction when he came in and they said, no, man, you're good. There's a provisional. What was his facial expression when they told him that?
That would be gold. Gold.
That's
when they're like, hey, man, I know you're trying to go home, but guess what? You're racing.
Listen, I've been watching a lot of this show called Homeland, right? And it's very CIA based, and they constantly go in and like look at the logs and documents, and like they can call airlines and see what happened and who booked what. I want to know if he had a flight booked for Sunday or Saturday afternoon. That will tell all.
Yeah. The
look on his face when they said, no, you're good, man. You're still racing. Provisional.
I don't know what him and Jesus. I don't know what him and Jesus are planning. I think they're planning to get out. I would not be surprised. Right? Yeah, his dad. His name is Jesus.
We need to clarify that as people don't think it's our Lord and Savior.
Please explain what him and Jesus are thinking.
Scheming with.
His dad's name is Jesus, and there's been a lot of jokes about that also over the last little while. But they're planning to get out. Like, I'm sorry, I said it a few weeks ago, but I think he will be on a KTM. I would say that it would be before SMX, but I heard that Kawasaki is going to make him race SMX. They need a rider there.
So I heard a theory from someone that I do value their opinion. This is not just some random crackpot that grabbed me coming out of a porta-john. That he was going to race Cowie at SMX, playoffs, whatever happens, it's fine. Do what you're going to do. He will then ask to have his exact race bike from last year brought to Ironman for Motocross of Nations, a full works bike, right? Because he can run that. Different fuel, but he can run the works bike. And he would be all in, engaged to try to change the narrative, right? He's not going to accomplish anything. He's probably going to be at KTM next year. But to be like, see, I tried to tell you guys. That's what I heard, a theory of like what he may be planning deep down.
He has to. He has to. If he gets about KTM, he has to start trying. Yeah.
I didn't think he would race Motocross of Nations this year.
Yeah. This is unbelievable.
I did also ask, the main reason I went over to Cowie is the qualifying thing I didn't know was going to happen. But even before that, I'm like, I've got to ask them because there are all these rumors swirling that he's trying to get out. And I believe it's much more of it's a when, not if, right? He's not racing for Cowie for 3 years. I don't think he's running this contract out.
He's barely racing for 3 more weeks.
Right. So I wanted to ask them, the playoffs thing makes it tough. Anderson's not coming back. They have one bike in, that's Prado. Are they okay with just not having a bike? You can't just hire a replacement. There's only 20 guys. Steve, I don't know if you know how this works. Playoffs are where it's at. That's the big thing. So I did ask Dan that, and he said, yes, we are expected to have bikes in it. Yes, there are contracts. There are fines. But he did say sometimes things happen. I'm like, yeah, what if both of your riders broke their ankle on press day? He's like, exactly. Like, sometimes you just can't get it done, and there's fines. So I believe he was opening the door to, it's not impossible that they wouldn't have a bike, but they don't want to not have one. Let's put it that way.
Right. Yeah, I would think so.
No, there's no way that Monster or even Cowie Corporate is like,
right,
hey, good job, team. You had 2 riders basically quit in the same year. Good job.
Yeah.
I threw my theory at Steve on this, and we need to move on from Prado, but I threw my theory at this to Steve, and he kind of poo-pooed it. But if you're Cowie and you're looking at everything, right, and you're like, okay, Prado's probably gone, whether they want him to be or not, probably what's going to happen. We all kind of see the writing on the wall for that. Sexton's coming in. They don't really have a second guy at all. Like, they don't have a great option. I'm sure they can figure something out, but there's no, like, plug and play, great option, podium guy, we're good. They don't have that right now. Is there a possibility they could be looking and saying, hey, Joe, is the ink dry on your contract yet? Because you're probably ready to move up anyway. You've been doing this for a long time, and we really need a guy, and we just got about $2.5 million come off the books. If I'm Dan Fahey or Bruce, I have to think about it. I have to think about it.
Yep.
Because he's a great talent. Look how he's surging right now. He's really breaking out. You know, the Japanese side are going to love it. They would love to have a Japanese guy competing at that level, getting podiums in 450 class. Like, I don't know. I could be way off, and they're like, "You're crazy." That's fine, but I can't imagine a world where they wouldn't consider that.
It's a thought.
My favorite part of the weekend was someone who listens to the show, Weege, told us about JT's theory with Joe.
Oh yeah,
that's fine.
But not regarding Cowie. Regarding his Honda deal.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not married to these things, guys. Like, it's fine.
Your suspicion, he still hasn't signed his Honda deal. Still hasn't signed it, right, Steve? That's what we've heard.
It's going to happen, but not yet. Yep.
JT, your suspicion is the holdup must be what?
Well, I thought that it's somewhere, maybe there was a holdup of like them guaranteeing him a 450 spot down the road. Because this gentleman who I will not name, but he's a guy at Honda who does a lot of interviews. He said, and I quote, JT is wrong. Oh, it's glorious.
Oh,
glorious.
Loved it.
I don't want to name names. I don't want to name names, but it was bullseye right between the eyes. It was great.
Guys, I'm wrong a lot. Ask any of my ex-girlfriends. I am wrong a lot.
Speaking
Steve
of Prado,
was rubbing his hand. I think Steve needed a moment to himself when he was told.
Yeah, I had to excuse myself.
JT is
wrong. Prado put on Instagram right now, it was a very tough season. Cruising around every single race was heartbreaking for me, especially knowing my capabilities. I never felt comfortable on the bike, not even a bit! ! This builds to an unsafe feeling on it. I didn't expect this year to go this way at all. Happy to be in one piece and fit. Hopefully, we'll back where we belong soon. Okay, cool.
That seems that seems like a pre-PR.
Yeah. All right, Prado corner is over. I've never seen this. This is unbelievable. This is incredible. Yeah.
No. Weege, I want is my. I don't. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But is like that Shimoda theory insane?
Oh no, it isn't. I'm glad you brought us back to that. The only reason I think it won't happen, it is a good move for Cowie. I think all these 250 riders, and I don't want to get Steve on a rant here. If you're Kitchen, who could also be moved up, if you're Joe, who could also be moved up, I think they're all like, no, man, my career is not complete until I get that 1 year in the 250 class where I cash in tons of title bonuses, and tons of podium money, and tons of championship race. They're all waiting for that year where they make $3 million in bonuses, and they don't want to skip it. So I think that's why they wouldn't take it.
They all got unfinished business. They all think they can win, right? Like Joe is the favorite now to win indoors and out.
Is it worth, what's worth more though, a bird in the hand or a bird in the bush? Because I think he would be worth over $1 million a year, like all in on a 450 Cowie deal. And like the 250 wins are a lot, don't get me wrong, but it's like 50K, per win. Titles are 500. So you gotta win, man. Like if you don't,
but dude, he's probably.
The problem is they all think they will, and then when they do that, then they'll get the $1 million the next year. We know it won't always happen.
He's probably 700 all in right now on 250 side.
Way. No shot.
You don't think with gear and everything? Red Bull or whatever?
Like
weird, drink weird, whatever he's got.
Yeah. Got that drink weird money.
Yeah, the drink weird money is flowing in. I heard it's
weird money.
It's unbelievable.
Factory 450 rides don't grow on trees. Is all I'm saying. Like, it's not going to happen. It's all just semantics at this point.
It's a great idea. It is a great idea. I feel like if you're Kitchen or Joe, you say, nope, I got to wait for my year where I win a Supercross title and get the 500 grand, and then I leverage that into the $1 million deal next year. But one possibility. Can you imagine if it ended up being Marchbanks, who would have taken a 1 year flyer deal where there wasn't even room on the team and could have?
I would love it.
I heard there was contact between, and this is a little like not confirmed, like through great sources, but I heard there was a bit of contact between Cowie and Savatgy for a third time.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Joey said, no, I'm good. You guys are just going to use me for the 1 year or whatever, and I make a shit ton of money in World Supercross. He likes the Urive team, and Savatgy's like, yeah, no, I'm good, man. So
he makes a lot. So it's going to be interesting this year to see who chooses between WSX and Australia Supercross too.
Yeah,
because they can't do both.
Oh, I know someone who's choosing Australia. Oh yeah, I know someone, and I'm
get the gear ready.
I have some thoughts that I'll save. I'll have some thoughts.
I know who you're talking about too, and I would do it in a heartbeat if I was this person.
Yeah, well, no one likes Favre when he kept doing that.
Yeah,
so
his accountant does.
All these dudes, yes, all these guys. Back to Savatgy, right? The fact that these teams have to have a separate Australian team and WSX team because no one rider can win both because there's a conflicting date. They are naming their prices for these series this year.
All right, Shock 11th, does not make home track, crushed it in first moto. Second moto, he goes over a fence and into a banner, and he doesn't make SMX. He has to ride the LCQ.
Steve, did you see this clip?
Yeah, of him wheeling, pulling
the Yamaha banner one.
Yeah, the banner. Yeah.
It's incredible.
No, I saw it. Yeah, it's great.
Dude, he had to be devastated.
So Cody had to give us a jersey for Pulp Mex Fantasy. And for the winner, and he's a great guy, and he was so upset after the race, he told Dan Truman, no, I'm not giving you guys a jersey. But then, because he was pissed, but then being shocked, he calmed down and then said, okay, fine, the jersey's there, just grab it. But that's how angry he was. He didn't even give us our jersey we wanted at first, because he's got to go to the LCQs. He's a great starter, and he's a great rider, so he's got to like his odds, but
but for him, I think the disappointment is the points ended up while you're getting to Harrison. It was totally within his range to do what he needed to do, and he didn't do it.
Harrison rides great in the first moto, get 10th. Yep. Mitchell Harrison's got a real quiet story going on where he's riding really well. Told me he's never been riding better, actually. And then the second moto, the bike broke. And that's when Julian from PRMX put his hands on his head, and like that was over. It was all over. And then Cody did that. So like
3 laps to go, maybe.
It was all there for Shock to take it with Harrison's DNF, but nope, Harrison gets in. So it was some drama going on for sure.
What did Cody get in second moto? 15th?
15th.
Yeah, 15th. I mean, he could get 11th, 10th, no problem. So that's got to be why it's a bummer. It's not like he had to get 5th, you know? It was within range.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially at Budds Creek, right?
Right.
Yeah, Harrison's 10th was good. I mentioned that. Kyle Webster was up there in Moto 1, crashed, and got back to 20th, but he was outside the top 20, but he was in then 9th in the second moto. And Eli, I mean, look, Eli was working his balls off. He passed 23 guys, but I'm sure it all caught up to him, but Eli could not get by him for, I don't know, 5-6 laps, you know?
Hey, I'm glad you brought that up. Can we throw in one more thing while I was trashing Tomac? Probably going to get tweeted at. JT, can you illustrate? This is an exceptionally bad track to start last. Like, exceptionally bad.
It's brutal. Yeah. I would say it's probably the track that will penalize you the most if you get a bad start. You can't pass. The lines all cross each other. So that means if you're in the different line, if you're behind, you can't do anything unless you beat them to that spot, and you're not going to beat them if you're behind. So if you were asking for one racetrack where I'm like, you got to be near the front of the start, this would be it. I talked about it off the top of the show. It was like a storyline all day that we talked about. You simply cannot afford a bad start. And look at Cole Davies in the second moto. Like, that's how penalizing it can be.
Yeah, Marchbanks was telling me about his battle with Thrasher, and he was so mad because he was going so much faster than Thrasher, but there's nothing you can do. Thrasher was just getting to the insides and then drifting out, and like nothing you can do. Lorenzo Locurcio, another good race for him. McElrath, 13-18 for Shane as well. He had to come back and race for SMX stuff. We mentioned Mitchell Harrison, but also Matthes tires, Matthes.com. Mitchell Harrison's using them, and great mountain bike tires as well. Jeremy McGrath helped develop the motocross tires and does a great job with those things. Matthes.com for more information on that. They got the Scoop as well. They got soft intermediate to hard terrain, new tires out for those guys. Well, about 6-8 months old now, but Matthes.com, Renthal, Fly Racing, code PulpMX to save at Fly Racing as well. Thank you to those guys. All right, John Short rode really well. Good job, John Short. 199 in your program at Budds Creek. I thought of that.
Home race.
Home race, yeah.
The strong fans were like, whoa, he's back.
Yeah. That's it for 450s, right? We'll move on.
I think so. And while you guys are entering for 250s, give me a moment. I need to find the press conference. Have you guys watched the press conference?
I just saw the clip on Instagram where Joe said that Deeks called him a mother effer.
Yeah. I'm going to find it so I can play that audio here.
Okay.
So, because it is the greatest. We've had a lot of stuff go down this year, but that is the greatest quote that will ever come out of a press conference. So keep going. We also had podium drama with the Lawrences and the Deegans. So Deegs was you keep a rattlesnake in a box, and it's cool and you play with it and it's like, oh, look at the rattlesnake, and he's so nice and he doesn't do anything, and then one day that rattlesnake will strike. And Deeks was on it this weekend. He was back. He was back. He was back. And, we give him props when he's normal and he was being normal with Joe and all of that. But nope. The Tiger went Tiger this weekend, as Chris Rock said one time. So Deeks was saying he wins when he wants to win. Apparently called Joe a mother effer. There was a drama, Weege, with the podium celebrations with Honda and Deeks. And we got two different stories. So I don't know what happened there. Yeah. Yeah. We heard a little bit over at Yamaha, and then I went back over to Lars, who does a lot of interviews, to ask his side. So I guess I don't know all the details because the two stories don't quite match. But
no, they're pretty much polar opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, this is the stuff people want. Like, I want people to know that Deeks is chirping at the Lawrences and Honda, so they know that when we hype this up for the next 10 months or 8 months until they race next year, I want them to know it's not the media leaning in on something that's not real. So Honda's on the podium taking team photos. They brought Joe up there. They had Hunter and Jet Spikes. They went 1-2 in the championship, taking photos. And then I guess Hayden and Brent Duffy, the mechanic, are eventually like, hey, get off the stage. We want to take photos. And I guess they're all somewhat in a rush because all the bikes got to go to impound. So Deeks just eventually says, like, get off the podium, get off the stage. And then I guess Dazzy said something to Hayden, and then Hayden said something back. And then the details get fuzzy from there. Like, on one side, it was Hayden was chirping and all the Honda guys, including the Lawrence brothers, backed down and had nothing to say because they were scared.
In shame. They left in shame.
Yeah, that was not the way Lars remembers. He doesn't remember Hayden saying challenging anybody and anyone backing down from anything. The details don't matter as much as this is real.
There was something. Yeah, there
this
was
is
something.
real. Yes, this is something. This is real.
I would like to just say that I do not believe for 1 second that if there was a challenge made and that type of comment made, that Dazzy and Hunter and anybody else would have been backing down from anything. I just want to put that on the front end as my opinion.
I would agree. Lars said he didn't hear. On one side, I heard Hayden said, "What are you going to do about it?" And no one said anything. Lars is like, "I didn't hear anyone say, what are you going to do about it?" So I don't know. But everybody's going to have their own opinion on this anyway, whether you like it or not. I just want you to know it's a real thing. It's not just hype.
It was really awkward up there.
There you go. Thank you.
Really, really awkward. Now, what words were said, can't confirm. I just don't believe that the Lawrences as a group, nor Honda as a group, are running away from 19-year-old's comments. I don't think that would happen.
Were you still around when this was going on, or is this all when it was over?
Yeah, I was next to the podium, but I have my headset in and I'm listening to like the program, right? I'm listening to you guys, so I can't catch every word, but I could see it going down, and it was very awkward. No question about that.
Then even better, Steve, they had to have both. They decided to have a special press conference with the three champions together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I saw that. And then Deegs, and it's the first time Deegs and Jet have ever had to sit next to each other in a press conference.
Deegan and Duff did go up there. Like, there's no doubt about that. They went up there. It's really hard for me to believe there's a world where those guys were like bullying people around up there. That's all.
Yeah. Two sides to every story. I don't want to get too lost in that part. I just want people to know that there's some serious heat.
Oh, no. The story is valid. That, like, the conflict is building. Like, I think it had kind of been pretty mellow. Like, it had been just kind of simmering in the pot. We've got some boiling going on. We know you don't cook and you can't cook. But, like, when it starts to boil, you see things about to happen. That's where we're at.
I can make pasta. I can do it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, something I wanted to mention about Prado. Sorry, I got to go back.
What?
No, I just got to go back.
God.
The fans are over this guy, by the way. If he stays in America and rides a KTM, he's got some real work to do with motocross fans. Now, does he give a shit? Probably not. Doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, like, it's unbelievable.
I had people yelling at me about it, and I don't even have anything to do with it.
Right. So anyways, back to that.
Good point. I overheard two fans having a huge convo about him. Just randomly. They didn't even come up to me. I just heard, I heard fans talking about him, not positively.
No, he's got some work to do because, the American guys are just like, you have a little bit of work to do as a foreigner anyways, when you come to this country, no matter what you are. Some of us are citizens. We don't have any work to do. He's got some work to do. Okay, back to this. Yeah, so then Deegan was by himself up there and then said, "I'm the king" or something, and then Jet slid in. I don't understand what happened here.
They all had to go to this table for the press conference, and I don't know if Hayden just randomly was the first one to walk up there, or if they said they called his name first. But he was sitting there, and I think no one was really jumping in. Like, I can't wait to sit next to him. So there was like no one else at the table briefly, and he just says, he spreads his arms real wide, and he's like, "No one wants to sit next to the king."
Like, bro, you won the 250 class. Sorry, man. I could go on a race tech rant. The king. Like, you won the 250s. You think Mickey Diamond was calling himself the king?
I mean, I think he's saying it a little bit tongue in cheek. Like,
I guess.
It's a terrible idea to say that.
It's terrible.
I don't think he thinks he's the king of the world right now, Steve.
I don't know, man.
Because he did say, someone did ask, shout out to the Moto Now blog that asked, "Hey, you two, what's it going to be like racing next year?" And then Deegs actually said, "I know I got a lot of work to do. These guys are ripping. That class is tough. I got a lot of work to do." So when he was asked directly, he didn't say, "I'm going 1-1."
Right.
Yeah, he didn't say king.
But he was back this week, and he rode great. Look, Joe, he got better starts than Joe. Joe caught him a little bit, but then Deegs just pulled away. I mean, Deegs
he was just better.
Just better. Just Joe rode well.
Better than Joe.
Absolutely.
This weekend, I really felt like was a microcosm of really what the season was. Both of them were fantastic. Both of them were better than everybody else. And in the end, Hayden was just a little bit better than Joe. Like if you looked at the majority of the races that Hayden was healthy, that's what we got. And it was fitting that that's kind of how it ended too.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yep, you're right. Although it reminded me of Ironman, right? Joe was up front in Ironman and Hayden caught him past him and then beat him second moto. So just kind of they alternated weekend because last weekend Joe was phenomenal, as we know.
Yeah, last weekend was an anomaly. That was unbelievable.
Can I finally? I got it. I got Joe.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. I will put the screen toward my microphone. Yeah.
Something about motherfucker, like stuff like that.
When was that? When was he saying that? When was Joe's?
I think it was after Moto 1. Now, look, I actually got to defend Deegs a little bit. Maybe that language is not appropriate, but Deegs was specifically mad at him because he says that Joe cut him off out of the gate, and Joe said
he did.
Oh, he did. Now, Joe said the way the start is, the inside has to move right. So I went straight. Joe did not go straight.
No,
that's nonsense.
Joe said he went straight.
Hard left.
Oh yeah, no, he went left. Yeah, absolutely. And JT pointed that out to me after up in the manager's tower, and then they played a replay of it, and the replay was even more egregious than in person. Do you know what I mean? Like when you kind of slowed the replay down, you're like, oh. So, but I mean, isn't that part of racing?
I'm not mad at him for it,
right?
But to deny he did it is silly.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, Joe said he went straight, and Joe thought it was because the dirt was just so deep that he says he slowed down faster than he thought, and he thought maybe I brake checked the guys behind me because I slowed down too early.
Mm-hmm.
But then Deegs is like, no, you cut me off, you moved left. And then Joe's saying, no, that's kind of the natural way to start from the inside. You have to move right, but it didn't look that way.
Not buying. I'm a big Joe fan, but I'm not buying that one.
What'd you guys make of the penalty?
Oh,
to Deegs and Joe.
This weekend,
four or five guys got penalized. Jeez. I asked Mike Pelletier about it because I'm like, it's kind of chintzy. It's kind of cheeseball to me. I didn't like it. And Mike Pelletier from the AMA, again, when you go and talk to Mike after some of these penalties all year long, what he tells you, what he talks to you about, it makes sense. You understand it. This is not Steve Whitelock. This is not Duke Finch. This is a reasonable human being.
Yep.
You get it. And Mike said, look, the rule is on the track. If you're on the track and you jump and you gain positions, you get penalized. If you jump and don't gain positions, that's points. But if you gain positions, and there's 5 guys that got penalized, I forget the 5 of them, and that's it. And I'm like, even with the red flags out, and even though it's canceled, and he's like, it's on the track. It's on the track. And I'm like,
I mean, it's a binary.
Yeah.
You double
I know.
on the red cross, I think you have to draw that hard line to make sure that guys know to take it seriously.
Yeah.
When you see red cross, shut it down. You just have to.
No, for sure. And
it's what if somebody was landing on the downside of that?
Yeah. No, I get it. I thought it was a little chintzy, but yep. It is what it is. And so Cole Davies got a moto win. Cole Davies is gone. No points. 17th. Has anybody done that to start their pro career in motocross?
23, 117. And realistically, we know it should be 23, 317. But that's not what the record books are going to say.
No. It's unbelievable. And it's lost in all of this. Podiums and Prados and Jets and mother effer. It's lost in all of this.
The only thing I take from it, I'll take 2 things. 1, shows you how hard it is to pass at BUDDS. 2, I think it proved, which was really important, it proved that Davies can be a motocross guy in 26. That needed to be established. I don't think there was a lot of doubt. It wasn't like, that guy can't ride motocross. But you hear rumors well, he's really good at supercross, but we don't really know in motocross what he's got. I think you're not going to hear much of that moving forward, which is that helps.
His own dad told me at Salt Lake before the crash, we're not there in motocross. He needs work in motocross.
Yeah.
We'll get there. His own dad, and dads are crazy in the sport, but
think about his confidence when we're leading up to Fox Raceway next year, those type of things. I think he's going to remember that Budds Creek moto and be like, oh, I can do this. Like, I got to get a start.
Yeah.
I got to execute, but I can do it, and I think it went a long way in that process.
No, it's unbelievable. Good job for Cole Davies and Star Guys and everything. That was cool. Weege, did you listen to my post-race podcast?
Yeah. Yep.
Levi was pretty deep with what was going on, and he said that Daytona crash affected him more than he
said that. There's been a huge internal tug of war within the walls of Racer X Illustrated. Some on the whole problem is he broke his neck at Daytona, and you guys aren't thinking about that enough. And other people saying, I don't think it's a factor at all, because look how fast he went at Southwick and Redbud, and he got on the podium at Hangtown. So, like, what's the problem? But honestly, everything he told you aligned perfectly with he just broke his neck camp have been saying in the office. So, good job,
I've kind of been on the other side.
I thought we'd never get the answer, because I asked Ryder D last week, like, hey, you had some gnarly injuries in Supercross. Has that maybe been more of a problem than we thought? And he's like, well, you're going to tell yourself no. So I don't even know the answer. Yeah. So for Levi to say it, I was impressed.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was in this, I don't know if it was on Insider or where we did it, Weege, but I was kind of on the other side. Like, no, I think it's fine. I think he is fine. I don't think it's a problem. So I'll take the L on that.
Well,
if it's bothering him.
Also, riders, and I'm not saying in this case, but many riders will grab any lifeline they can and just, we just have a guy, a multi-time world champion, saying the bike is unsafe. So, they will grab lifelines. But Levi was really candid about that. I thought the interview was really good. Like, not patting myself on the back, but it was, he expressed a lot a lot of that.
I'm a big Levi fan. I really like Levi.
He swore in my interview and said, is it okay that I swear? I'm like, yeah, man, look at Phil. And he goes, oh, yeah.
There are very few guys that I don't like, but I'm kind of like neutral with most of them. Like, fine, they're fine. But Levi is one of the guys that actually truly like.
I'm here for the Levi Lewis beef. Like, no one's figured this out, but I'm here for that. There's low key. I don't know what's going on.
And I tried to help it.
I tried to help out and say, hey, Levi, you going to talk to Lewis? And he said, I'll talk to him.
Oh,
but it didn't happen. So
I think the injury thing obviously is a factor. He said so much, but I still think that the terrible starts are part of the blame pie here. So
him and Garrett they got settings. I don't know why it took 11 rounds, but they tried something on press day.
Dude, so I interviewed Hammaker, and this makes no sense to me at all. He kind of slipped and told me, I was like, hey, why are you the only guy that's getting good starts? Like, the other three guys are buried every moto. And Hammaker's starts have been really good. And he's like, well, I was getting good starts at home on the practice bike, and I'm like, something seems different. And it turned out it had a different primary gear in it.
Oh,
so I asked
said
him
that?
Yeah, and he's like, it's kind of a small thing. I don't know if I should say it. Then he said it. And then he said, ever since then, whatever that was, Millville, Washougal, he's like, I've gotten a good start in every moto. And then finally, everyone else figured it out, and then they're all running it, and everybody's starts got better. And I'm like, oh.
So Dan Truman in our Pulp Fantasy podcast has been picking. He obviously works at the compound, right, with those guys. He's been picking Hammaker for FFL like every week. He's like, dude, he's unbelievable at home on starts. Like, he's unbelievable. And
the primary gear.
Right.
I think it's a lower gear. So I think the team thought, from what I'm picking up from Seth, they thought it wouldn't be good because you probably have to grab third so fast that it didn't seem good. But with the deep start, I think it turned out it pulls a little harder, and it's worth having to grab a shift earlier.
And hey, Marchbank's got a good start in the second moto for him for his big. And I said, what happened in the first moto? And his start hook popped off and hit him in the chest. So he's like, that was the reason why. But his second moto was good starts. Levi got good starts. Hammaker got good starts. All the Pro Circuit guys sort of figured it out this week. Round 11, better late than never, I suppose. By the way, too, one time Chad Reed's mechanic put in the wrong gear, primary gear in his test bike. And we were out at Kahia Creek, and Chad was like, something's wrong. And we're like, whatever, man. Kooky Chad. All day long. He's like, something's wrong. And we're like, dude, beat it. Yeah, it was one tooth off, which he rode all day with it, one tooth off, telling us the bike was wrong. And we're like, nah, man, you're an idiot. So it does happen. And it wasn't me who put it in. I know what you're thinking. It wasn't me.
I was afraid you're like, there's a jump where you have to go absolute tap third gear or you don't make it. And if you overdo it, And he's like, I went 4% faster. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, a guy from Florida, JT knows him well. That was his mistake. Motorsport.com, by the way, go through the banner on PulpMX to help us out. Thank you to Motorsport. They've given away their YZ450. They got something else cool coming down. Motorsport.com, order it. Free shipping and everything over $79, and OEM and aftermarket parts. Great guys. Fly Racing as well. Code PulpMX to save at Fly Racing. So thank you to Fly Racing for all that they do for this. RacerX as well. Subscribe to RacerX. Also, Hammaker admitted in my interview that he's got colitis, which we knew something's been bugging him, but he mentioned that in the interview. He said he's not sure if he's told anybody that before. So a digestive issue with intestines and trying to get the amount of fluids / food in you and make it absorb is kind of what the issue is with that. And he's been trying to figure that out. So that's something that's been hurting him. So, and he
That's
said it
why
was
it's better
Supercross too.
Supercross than motocross, pretty much, right?
Yeah. But he said it bothered him in Supercross too a little bit, but didn't know that at all. What else? Okay, we covered the Joe thing, the Deegan stuff. Time for a Vialle corner.
Oh.
So,
Dude.
Vialle went backwards in Moto 1, and I thought it was maybe something to do with his body or bike, or I tweeted like, bike? Question mark?
Crash.
Like, what was?
Don't forget that. He crashed.
Yeah. And then when he got up, so then he didn't show for the second moto. Lewis asked Ian Harrison up in the tower, "No, Joe?" And Ian said, "No." And Lewis said, "Injured?" And Ian goes, "No," and just puts his headset on. So PR comes out. Tom decided he would sit out race 2 after lacking confidence in his setup, so he called it a day. What is going on?
What is going on in these pits?
Jeff Ward just punched the wall.
Did you see Sexton's tweet?
Yeah. Now
No,
I do know.
Sexton
replied to a fan. He said, "You don't know what's going on behind the walls or something."
Oh my God.
Well, the guy said Sexton quit. He said Tom quit.
Okay.
Then this guy said Sexton quit as well, which Sexton is legitimately banged up this time, the shoulder. But
yeah, we actually did find that out. He actually had to take some time off. I honestly didn't believe it. I thought he was just pissed off after Ironman. First I have heard. Yeah,
well, he was pissed off too.
He was pissed off, but it wasn't just pissed off. He actually did get banged up.
But so RJ's told me things, and I think there's been a shock problem going on over there a little bit.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was. And Tom, I think, finally was at the end of his rope with it.
But
in Moto 1.
Dude, he just went 3-3 at Ironman, and Unadilla was good in the second moto.
The best part, Steve, about Unadilla was he said they've had this problem with the shock fading, and then they finally fixed it in that second moto at Unadilla, and that's why it went so well. So I guess it came back.
I'm not saying the shock's not fading. Like, I'm not on the bike, whatever. Like, it happens. Every shock fades, by the way. Everybody's shock fades. I don't know if KTM can't figure this out. I don't know what's going on, but holy shit. A rider was just like, yeah, I'm not racing. Like, what?
What is going on in these pits, dude?
Where's the Netflix guys?
Yeah.
I mean, these
we
guys
had factory rider purposely try to not qualify. To begin the day,
is the first time we've seen
the factory
like
rider
this.
refused to race because he was not confident in the bike.
This is the first time.
Unsafe.
It's not the first time we've ever seen stuff like this, though. When guys are switching teams or like exiting, they'll look for anything, man. Like, it doesn't take a lot. We've seen guys do this.
I would lose my mind. Like, I get it. I'm not saying the shock's not fading, but dude, you just got on the podium. You know, it's the last moto of the year. We got SMX still. We still got SMX. Holy smokes.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's straight up like dangerous to ride it as bad as it gets. I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with a.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
The things that have happened this year, we've had about 8 of them that seem unprecedented.
It's insane. So, I mean, is Tom racing SMX? I would assume yes, right? He just quit the moto?
Too much money to not, right?
Well, what about the shock? What about this shock? It's gonna
races,
kill him.
Bro. Shorter
What?
races.
Yeah,
Oh
20-minute
my God.
motos. We're good.
It's
Supercross champ.
If it wasn't for Prado in qualifying, I don't have enough left in the tank to go crazy on this. I don't have enough left.
Okay, fair.
He tried to not qualify.
Marchbanks got fourth. That's all we just said. He tried to not qualify.
He tried to not qualify.
Marchbanks got fourth. Good job by Marchbanks, ripping in in the first moto after that start hook issue. Second moto was really good. He was trying to close in on Levi. Thrasher was holding him up a little bit. It seems like he's leaning towards 36 as a permanent number. I would not do that. I don't know why these guys do that. I guess I get if you're Hayden, because 38, your dad, all of that. I get that. Or Hunter Lawrence, whatever. But if you have no like marketing behind a number, just take 10. Like no. 10's bitching.
No. Leave it alone.
Okay. Well, someone's going to take 10.
Hang it from the rafters.
I don't know. Whatever. You can take whatever you want. But you know what I'm saying? Do you guys know what I mean? Like if you don't have any sort of like
super low. I would I don't know what's available, but 10 would be freaking awesome.
He said that guys with 10 have had bad luck lately. And I'm like,
whoa.
What? Huh? Yeah.
Well, I want him to keep thinking that because
I don't buy that one.
I want to keep the 10 green alive.
Are you going to take 29 in honor of Phil? And he said no, because he can be a dick. Okay.
Fair.
Thrasher, 5th overall. I asked Doctor's Mechanic at the end of the day, and he's like, yeah, dude, everybody asked me also, like, which Nate is showing up, and he never changes. Nate never changes. I never know. Nate shows up, he's normal Nate, and then we do terrible. And then Nate shows up, and he's normal Nate, and we do great. So there's no parallel to what goes on with Nate and his mood or anything else. But 5th overall, I think that ties a career best for Nate outdoors. I believe that's his 5th. I believe he got a 5th, another 5th.
I think he got a 4th. I think it was his second
was
top
it 4th?
5.
Okay. I'm sorry?
Yeah, like Ironman 22. He and Davies need to have a discussion about the Racer X vault results that they will now have.
Yeah. Masterpool 6th. 6-6 for 6. He rode well. He came up from the both motos, Weege. Next year, maybe?
Well, title contender?
Yeah. Title contender?
Again, I rescinded that before the season. Just in the nick of time because it didn't work out.
No.
It did not work out.
No. Well, you know what did work out? Brunt Workwear. Code PulpMX to save at bruntworkwear.com. Get the Marin boot, the best-selling Marin work boots. Hunter Lawrence's guy, Cam, he wears Marin boots. Pedro, Marin boots. Bruntworkwear.com. Working on the shock. Working on that shock. Bruntworkwear.com. Code PulpMX to save at Brunt. Please check out the Omen boot and the Marin boot, all of them. Great guys, great company. And the boots work really well if you do hard work for a living, which I do not do. But if you do, Brunt Workwear. Juju, scary crash. Glad he's all right. He was walking around the pits afterwards. He's hit his head a few times now. He might need to take some time off, Juju.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Yeah, wasn't great. Great day for KTM. Oh. What a day. What a day.
I saw Carlos this morning, and I just, I looked at him, he looked at me, and I just said, I'm sorry. It's going to get better.
Moving on. Yeah. Wow. You know what, though? They've had a lot of great days, so, we went to KTM. When I was at KTM, we went to Southwick one time with 4 or 5 riders, and only like one guy got points all day. So that wasn't great.
I feel like they've stepped up since then.
Yeah, some would say we laid the path down for those guys.
Some would say.
Drew Adams, Ryder D, Dylan Schwartz rode well. We had a little bit of a battle going on. Lux Turner didn't get it done. Didn't have the day he needed to get it done for SMX points. So bummer for Lux.
Need a lot though.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough go on it. Yeah. There was a guy out there. I won't put his name out there, but Lars and I talking. We were 95% sure this guy's running a big bore. He would come by. His bike sounded like, dude. It sounded way different than every other 250 on the track. Privateer guy, we're like, oh, that's got to be just like grabbing gears. We're like, we should check that bike out.
That's great.
Jordan Smith broke one moto. Bike broke. Hammaker's bike broke one moto. Chain came off.
Oh, chain, yeah.
Got his chain guy caught in a rut. Chain flipped off. So
Hey, Steve, speaking of big bores,
yeah,
you had Eddie Ray on Pulp Show on Monday to tell his side. Did I see that they had an event this weekend at their track named the Big Bore event? Did you see this?
I did not see this. No.
Do you see who won?
No.
Evan Ferry taking the win.
Oh. Evan
he kept putting hashtag Big Bore event, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And then I'm like, oh my God, they had an event at Eddie's track called the Big Bore event?
Yeah. As Eddie said on the show, there's no rules against breaking the rules.
Oh, okay.
So that was an actual quote. That was an actual quote.
I feel like there is, actually, but
there's no rule against breaking the rules. And that was some sort of like mind warp. Kiefer and I are like, what's the comeback to that? But no, I didn't see that. Evans had a rough year, health stuff. Obviously, Achilles at Anaheim there. Was it Anaheim? I think it was Anaheim 1.
Yeah.
And so Evan has had a rough year, but he will be back. And they figured out some things. So the big 1-5 and Evan will be back. What a weekend of BUDDS that was in 03. All right, Weege on X Maps.
Yeah, sorry, I just saw the Prado post on Instagram. Even though you read it, it's wow. Yep.
What do you think he's going to do? Like, so he's trying to get fired to get KTM. Does he spray paint the semi? Does he light his bike on fire? What does he do to kind of get fired?
He's cost himself a lot of money. That's for sure. Like, that's one thing that maybe we haven't hit enough. He's costing himself like $8 million plus by doing this.
I think JT told me this, that like they're just going to give him the Vialle offer, which apparently is $500,000. Why would they do that? Did you tell me that?
I mean,
it's just a theory, I think.
If you're thinking about a normal Prado, okay, not this Prado.
Yeah.
The other Prado.
Yeah.
And you can get it for $500,000 because they were paying him like $2 million.
Yeah, but what leverage does he have to get $500,000 from you? He's got no leverage.
I'm just saying they have a history with Prado. They know what he can do. They've dealt with him before. I think they're trying to look at this as an anomaly. If you just look at it in a vacuum and just say, if we can get Jorge Prado on our team for $500,000, we will do it. Like, they would do that.
They're insane if they did that. They're insane.
But you're saying that like he can never come back from this. And if that's what you think, fine. But I think they're looking at it as, well, if we figure things out, this is a deal. Like, this is a bargain.
Yes. No, you are right. Absolutely. But the thing is that if he's unproven in Supercross, and then we've got this
before.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, just what leverage does he have? Hey, here's $300,000. Here's $300,000.
They're clearly willing to take the gamble.
I need to find out. When he goes to KTM, I gotta find out what they're paying him.
But what do you think they're gonna like? He would be one of, if not the lowest paid 450 factory guy at that number.
At 300? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what leverage do you got?
I just think he has 10 years of history with KTM that they believe in what he can do.
Sir, they have financial problems.
I mean,
they seem to be doing fine in the race.
That's not for us to decide.
Okay. Anyways, what were we talking about before it went back to Prado corner? What?
Gosh.
No.
I don't remember.
On X Maps?
Oh, yes, on X Maps. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. I saw the Prado Instagram post and it blew my wig back.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Unsafe.
Well, if you want to cruise, not because the bike is unsafe, but you want more of a cruising pace, maybe trail riding, OnX Maps would be a great place to do it. Go to onxmaps.com or OnX Offroad in the App Store. Give it a test drive for 7 days for free. Type in RacerX, all one word, all lowercase, to get 20% off. If you do want to subscribe, it's highly superior to using Google Maps, which doesn't really even have trails on it. And here you can download the maps, keep them on your phone. If you're at a place where you don't get cell service, people give notes, things you didn't even know about, trails you didn't even know about are on there, especially out west where you are. So, Steve, if you know anyone that has, say, like a UTV, maybe check it out.
Yeah, I know somebody.
Okay.
I'm going to be four-wheeling is, what's the saying on a T-shirt?
Good feeling?
Good feeling, four-wheeling?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's going to be me.
Three-wheeling, actually, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a great classic Honda commercial in, like, 84 or something.
Landon Gibson,
Gas and
23-14.
hauling ass.
Yeah. Gas, grass, or ass. No one rides for free.
Is that what you said to Pookie?
Shut up and hang on.
That's what I said to Pookie. That's how I got her. Yeah. Landon Gibson, 23-14. I mean,
There you go.
all right. Yeah, let's start. Let's
Better.
start with that. Yeah. Faulkner had a terrible day, too. I talked to Scuba at the end of the day just because it was really tough to get interviews, and I knew Scuba, it wasn't a good day for him, but I'm like, hey, too bad. You got to do this. He's like, all right. So I basically
Crash on
forced him to interview. Yeah, Faulkner did, yeah. All right. Brody
gotta
Connolly.
Dudney, I saw Dudney at the end of the day. He was great
Yeah.
at Unadilla. He's like, man, starts. I was like, yeah, is track kind of hard to pass on? He's like, yeah. So there you go.
I want to thank Brody Connolly for absolutely T-boning my fantasy team. I don't know what happened to him, but he was up front for a while. And then I think he crashed and he never started. So I hope he's all right. But also my fantasy team is not all right.
I saw him at the end of the day. He was fine.
Okay.
I
All
didn't know
right.
about the result. I didn't even know at that point.
Yeah. Fly Racing. Pulp MX code to say with Fly Racing. And SMX preview, Weege. We're doing one. JT, I don't know if you're aware of this, but we're doing a SMX preview.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we got a plan. We might even try to do this. These Zoom ones, they're not really that cool. So I'm thinking maybe we'll even try to do something live. Like we'll pick a day leading up to the race. I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, next week, something like that. And then, Steve, we have some other live shows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good thinking, Weege.
Promote
Thanks.
that.
Charlotte, Thursday night, Charlotte at Top Gun Speedway at the dealership up front there. We're going to do a live show. Please to get that. Tickets will be on sale real soon. Got to work on that coming up.
Top Gun Motocross Park.
Top Gun Motocross Park Thursday night before Charlotte. SMX will be there. And then live shows in St. Louis and Vegas SMX Friday night. St. Louis, about 20 minutes from the stadium. And then Vegas, right in the not far from the strip. Same thing that we did last year. So tickets for sale on pulpmx.com for that. It'll be me, Weege, JT, maybe Kiefer, who knows who else. Special guests, of course. And so tickets for sale on pulpmx.com. We'll see you guys there. Those live shows are always fun.
Is Phil going to show up for this Top Gun at Cooper Webb's track? He's going to show on Thursday.
No, negotiations between him, Beam, and Taco have been tougher than Coop thought it would be. So show up money. Yeah. I believe he's coming to Vegas, though, our guy.
So he might not do the show where he lives, but he might do it where.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll invite Prado Friday night to one of these.
Oh, I'm sure he's a huge fan of everything you do.
I've got a lot of questions. I'm
sure he can't wait to answer them.
Yeah. He didn't do the scrum, so we didn't see him. He hasn't done the scrum for a few weeks.
His outdoor season has been the scrum.
He's never felt unsafe before. Now he has.
I like how
I bet if he locks himself in a room with Bruce, he'll feel unsafe.
That's actually really good. Someone needs to tell Bruce you said that. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching and listening. Appreciate it. The Fly Racing Budds Creek / Prado Pod is done. Appreciate it. Wygant, JT. I'm Steve Matthes. Thanks, boys.
See you guys.